Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Shell and this is my 6th weigh-in at Slimming World. I've been to group this morning and it was raining. I'm not used to the rain, it's been so beautiful, but it was raining. And a bit of a miserable walk down there. But it was a very nice group. Most people had lost this week and we did have a new member, which is great because we've only got about 5 people that stay to image therapy, so we could really do with a few more. This morning we were concentrating on baked potatoes, I think because it's been on the website this week, so we were all talking about fillings for baked potatoes. I really do like baked potatoes. Our market sells nice big huge ones and they're so fresh and lovely, and you can just buy one, which I like, because if you buy them from the supermarket you've often got to buy a pack of 4. So we had a good talk about baked potatoes this morning, and also our consultant's very keen on hula hooping, and a couple of the other classes that she runs, they all go to a hula hoop class during the week and they enjoy it, so they're bringing it to our town now. So we had a lady there who's been going to the hula hoop class, and she did as a demonstration this morning, which I thought was very brave. She stood in front of the whole class and showed us her hula hooping skills. Which was great because she hadn't been able to do hula hooping 3 weeks ago, and it looked good fun. I'm not sure, she didn't say how much we'd lost as a group this week. I think sometimes if it's not very high she doesn't sort of say, because we're only a little group. But anyway, I got on the scales this week and I've lost 2.5 pounds, which is fantastic. I'm so pleased. So far in 6 weeks I've lost 1 stone 4.5 pounds. I've gone from 11 stone 9 down to 10 stone 4.5. I mean, I would love to get me 1.5 stone next week with another 2.5, but it's a bit of an ask, so we'll see anyway. Also this week I won the Slimmer of the Week award again, so that's 3 weeks running. And I've got, I'll show you some of the things I got 2 lovely apples, and I love apples. Most days I have an apple. I've got some tangerines, which I don't normally buy, so I'm quite looking forward to having those. And this lovely box of plums. I wish you could smell them because they smell fabulous. And they must be, I can just feel them here now. It's just a bit squishy, you know, just a little bit of give. I think they're perfectly to eat, so I can see me and my hubby eating those tonight. Also, I got the raffle. I can't show you everything that's in this bag. I tell you, our consultant is fantastic. She really pushes the boat out top. Huge box of nectarines. Now these nectarines are just a bit hard, so by the time we've eaten the plums they'll be ready. And what else is in here? Peppers. Got nice mixed peppers there. And what else? Lovely cucumber, huge cucumber. And got a bag. Look at all this. I got a bag of new potatoes, little baby new potatoes. And huge iceberg lettuce, lovely big iceberg lettuce there. And what else is in here? A grapefruit, I think that is, or is it an orange? I think it's a grapefruit. It feels more like a grapefruit than anything else. Put that down. Highly room on the table for everything. And these, which I think feel like tomatoes. I think those are tomatoes. So, I mean, look at all this. I've got my shopping coming tomorrow from Ocado. And but I've got like a week's shopping here. I'm so lucky. I had to take my rucksack with me to bring it all home, and all it's absolutely made up. It's so lovely, and it's all, I think this is all, most of it's speed food apart from the potatoes. And I don't know about plums. Are plums speed? I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up. So this week it's been really good. I did have a couple of tough days this week. We went to meet some friends for a pub lunch. And so I would say I've had 17 meals that have been spot on plan out of the 21. As I say, that's the way I do the plan. That's the thing I love about Slimming World. Everybody does it a different way. You watch all the YouTube videos and everybody's doing it a different way. It's there and it suits every diet and every way you want to eat. You can fit it in. So we went for the pub lunch, and fortunately they had on the menu baked potato and beans, so I had that and I asked for salad, but it was a scrappy bit of salad that came. So for me, that's not really an unplanned meal because there was very little speed food on it. It was free food, fair enough, but I like to have a lot more speed from one meal. And so by the time we got home from there, I was starving. I asked for a J2O because I'll be honest with you, we were going out with this group of people and I felt so mean asking for water. I thought, I can't ask for water. So I asked for a J2O, which is 4.5 sins, the one that I like, the apple and raspberry. But when they came back to the table, so they didn't have J2O, but the bloke behind the bar says this is pretty much the same. Now it did taste the same, but how can you tell how many sins is in that then? I have no idea. Could have been 4.5, could have been 14.5. It did taste the same, but I have plenty of sins. Usually I've got 40 or 50 sins at the end of the week spare, so it wasn't going to bother me how many sins was in the J2O really. But by the time I got home I was starving, and I don't know whether that's because the baked potato and beans was a lot smaller than the meal I would normally have. I like big meals, and I like to be full, and I like it to carry me from one meal to another so I don't have to snack in between. But this baked potato and beans was small. And also, of course, it's the sugar, and I've been avoiding sugar, so the sugar in the J2O or sweetener or whatever it was, and the sugar in the beans didn't help. So by the time I got home, I was starving. So I ate for my tea an entire small cauliflower, which I know sounds a lot, and it was a lot really. I know it's speed food, but it was the quantity, it was too much really. So I had the small cauliflower with half a tin of refried beans on, the free refried beans, and it was a big meal, but I just needed a big meal. I was so hungry. So that wasn't quite on plan for me. I know it was speed and free food, but it was the amount. I'm trying not to go back to eating those amounts of foods. And the last 2 meals I had that were off plan really was, I made shepherd's pie in the week. I'd already got the base in the freezer left over from before I started Slimming World. And it was all free food. There was tin tomatoes in there, carrots, garden peas and sweet corn, which are all free food. I had the soya mince, I think it was the Tesco's, one of the ones that's free. So that was all the free food in there and speed food, but I think it was more free food than speed. And also I had a thin layer of mashed potato on the top, which again is free food and not speed. So that meal, I don't think I had the balance of half speed food that I like. And the last meal was this morning. I'd run out of fruit. There was not a scrap of fresh fruit in the house or frozen. So I had 2 dried figs on my breakfast, which aren't speed food. They were, just for the 2 figs, it was 6 sins, so it was quite high in sins, but it was all I could think of to put with it, and I thought, well, I've got the sins, and it wasn't anywhere near as satisfying as having an apple or a big pile of raspberries. But, so they were the 4 meals that weren't quite on plan for me. None of them were going into the heavy sins, but I find now I've got so used to having half my plate of speed food, and it's a big half plate. I don't feel right if it's not there. I really look forward to all that veg now, and I don't feel satisfied unless I've had it. But I never thought I would. I thought at the beginning, I'm never going to get into all this speed food, because I used to always go for the most calorie-ridden, stodgy thing. My husband always used to say, if we go out for a meal and you look down the menu, you can see straight away what I was going to choose, because it would always be the most calorie-laden, stodgy thing on the menu. So I didn't think I would take to all these vegetables, and I do. I really, really love it. I think once you've been doing it a few weeks, you really miss them, and that's what's happened to me anyway, and I never thought it would. So next week, I'm hoping if I could lose 2.5 pounds, I would be over the moon. But really any loss I would be very happy with. A maintain or a loss I'd be very happy with. So I look forward to seeing everybody next week, and thank you again for all the videos everyone's watching. I've been watching them again. It motivates me in the morning whilst I'm having my breakfast to watch as many Slimming World videos as I can whilst I'm eating my breakfast and see how everybody else is doing. It's a fabulous, motivating experience for me. And I look forward to speaking to everybody next week. Bye!